Hello students, this is the fifth part of the lesson Quadrilaterals. Can you see this icon on the slide? It is using many quadrilaterals I have created in the slides. You can also try this if you are having a computer at home using PowerPoint, insert shapes and then you have to format those shapes. You can create any such soft picture using PowerPoint. Okay, try that. Here is our national flag. The three colors, saffron, white and green. Each is an example of a parallelogram. Each stripe is an example of a parallelogram. Specifically, it is a rectangle and you can see the dimension, length and the breadth. Whatever is the dimension, the final ratio of the length to its breadth will be always 3:2. You can see the picture of a person. Do you know who is that person? He is the person who designed our national flag. Not much known, the person called Pingali Venkayya. So this quadrilateral we need to explore. It is not just for the sake of mathematical reasons to inculcate the respect towards the country we live in, isn't it? So that's very important. So it's a great feeling to be Indian, huh? Right? You have to explore the uh, specific meaning the colors in our flag depict. Okay, moving on to problems which are based on the properties of parallelogram. First problem, let it be this. Only one angle of the parallelogram is given. You can see the picture. I have not mentioned separately the question. When you see how it is approached, you will be able to understand. You can see one parallelogram with one angle 120 degree. Other angles are not known. X, Y and Z, they are named. You have to find those. So now, what you can do is, you can use any property of the parallelogram. We have learned for the angles two important properties. Adjacent angles are supplementary. That is one of the property. Another is opposite angles are equal. So say you want to choose another property and you want to answer what is opposite angle, that is also fine. So first you can find y, angle y, which is opposite. How much it will be? 120 degree, because opposite to angle y you can see 120 degree. So y is also 120 degree. Now to find x or to find z, we need to use adjacent angles property. Adjacent, akka whatever we say in normal. So it has a special property, any parallelogram, that adjacent angles are supplementary. So x plus 120 should be 180. Z plus 120 should be 180. Y plus Z should be 180. X plus Y also 180. So any of these you use, fine. You will be getting Z as 60 degree. X also opposite to Z. So it is 60 degree. Remember that. So it is easy. One angle is given, you have to find all the angles. Next problem is here. You can see the picture. W is the exterior angle. Outside you can see one angle, right? Exterior, outside the quadrilateral. Quadrilateral here considered is parallelogram. They have mentioned parallelogram. Now, when W is outside, what about interior angle? Whatever inside the angle Z you can see, angle of the parallelogram, that and W together makes 180. Linear pair, no? Z and W together. Okay. Now consider only the parallelogram. Leave that W. 70 degree, X, Z, Y. 4 angles are there. See the picture, whether you can find any angle now. It is very similar to previous problem. Previous problem, how did we study? 70 degree. One angle is given. 3 angles we have to find. So now, you can start with 70 degree. Given. You can find Z if you want. That and 70 degree will be same. Opposite angles are equal. So Z is 70 degree. When Z is obtained, you can find W. 180 minus 70. 110. W is 110. Now, X and W together is 180. Adjacent angles. So X will be 180 minus 70. X is also adjacent to 70 degree, what is already given. So you can use that also. So this problem is easiest. X and Y again equal. Opposite angles are equal. I hope you have tried that set square problem. So you are given an activity. I said no, you can cut the chart paper or set square using congruent nature. You should be cutting them equal sized. Then rearranging, like how tangram is arranged. You can arrange like that to find whether you are getting a parallelogram. So if that is done, you will be understanding this easily. Opposite angles equal, everything. I'll move on to the next one now. Third one. Here, they have mentioned that ABCD is a parallelogram. I am not giving you the question. I think when the picture is given, whatever is unknown, X, Y and all should be calculated. It is very clear. So, in this picture, parallelogram ABCD is, truly speaking, it is a rhombus. Rhombus also is a parallelogram, of course, but as it is plus shape is given. AC and BD are the diagonals which intersect at right angles. BOC is 90 degree. You can see that BOC is 90 degree, no? So, this rhombus, you can find the red dot. You can see one red dot. I have marked it red so that I can help you to locate it. I cannot write here, no, to show the blackboard, it's not possible. So red dot is opposite to 90 degree. They have given BOC 90 degree. So that red dot, AOD, that red dot I wanted you to see angle AOD or DOA. That is also 90 degree. Because they are called vertically opposite angles. When two lines or line segments intersect, vertically opposite angles are formed. So it is 90 degree. AOD is 90. Now, consider the triangle. The triangle in which red dot is there, no? That triangle you consider. It is right angle triangle. So that red dot is 90 degree. 30 degree is already marked. And X together should be 180 degree. That is triangle AOD angles should be 180 degree. 180. Because angle sum of triangle. So now 90 plus 30 you have to do 120. That should be subtracted from 180 to find X. Therefore X is 60 degree. When 120 is subtracted from 180, we get 60 degree angle X. It is also called DAO angle X. Now observe angle Y. that is angle BCO, is angle Y. That is also equal to 60 degree, because we see here AC becomes the transversal and X and Y are alternate interior angles. AD is parallel to BC, no? So you can see the Z shape here. So that alternate interior angles you have studied in your previous lines and angles lessons. So you will be able to understand that X and Y are alternate interior. So they happen to be equal. X is 60, Y is 60. Okay, everything else is done. So whatever is required, we have calculated. Let me move to the next. Okay, here I didn't mark that, highlighting that X and Y. Just now it got highlighted. See, X and Y, both with the same color. They are equal. Moving to fourth problem. The two figures given are same. Just once again I have given, that's all. Observe. Observe the picture carefully. All the unknowns are to be calculated. See, it's a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. So if you observe this figure, immediately what you can calculate without much difficulty? Opposite angles equal. We have studied that. So C, angle C, it is named as angle Y, small y, lowercase y. So Y and angle A 110 degree. So Y is also 110 degree. I hope it is clear. Opposite angles equal. Then angle Z and 20 degree are alternate interior. You can call it as BDC 20 degree, that is equal to ABD. ABD, that Z is there, no? That one. And this 20 degree, it is equal. See here, I have marked above also the 20 degree and Z using red dots. They are equal. Reason is they are alternate interior. Is it very clear? ABD is equal to CDB. So they are both 20 degrees. Z is also 20 degree. Next what? Y is already calculated. Z is calculated. For finding X, you have to use angle sum property. Observe the lower triangle BCD. In that, X is there, Y is there, 20 degrees there. So 20 degree and Y is 110, 110 and 20 you add 130. Now X should be how much? 130 already we got, 20 degree and Y. Together 180 degree. Angle sum property of the triangle we should know. Therefore, X, Y and 20 degree. Together it is 180 degree. Therefore, X is 50 degree. Remember that. The one which is near Z, that X is 50 degree. So it matches now. Lower triangle DCB 50 degree, 20 degree, 110 degree. Together 180. See, I have marked those angles. Together they stand as 180 degree green angles. So that they are angles of the triangle. You should be able to identify. BCD angles of the triangle. So 20 degree X and Y. Together 180 degree. So X is 50 degree. Because Y is calculated, 20 is given, we can directly calculate X. If you don't understand, once again go through the explanation or read it, write it once, you will understand. Next question. It is also similar. Let us see. Now, a similar, very similar question is given in your textbook. Instead of 75, they have given 105. You have to try it yourself. What is this outside line has gone? One side DC is one of the side of the quadrilateral. But it is now extended. They have produced DC. It is called producing, extending DC till E. So BCE is given now. There is one exterior angle created. As we extended the side, exterior angle came into picture. So that angle is 75. Now, you can find BCD. We had one such problem in the previous slide. So it is BCD, that is 180 minus 75, because they are linear pairs. Correct? No, they are linear pairs. And calculate that. BCD is 105. Now, triangle BCD by angle sum property. Okay, BCD is 105 and angle DBC is 35. So 35 and 105 how much? 140. Now, angle Z can be calculated by deducting 140 from 180. So you will get it as 40 degree. Z is 40 degree. Now, Y and Z are same. I have marked using red color because they are now alternate angles, alternate interior angles. Therefore, you can mark that Y and Z equal, X is obtained, sorry, Z is obtained, mark it as equal to Y. Y is also 40 degree. Then X is same as DCB, were opposite angles of the parallelogram. So DCB we calculated, no? BCD or DCB 105 using the linear pair property. So angle DAB or X, that is also 105. If you see the picture and listen to what I am saying, you will understand. DAB and DCB are equal. Therefore, angle X is equal to 105. Next question. This kind of question is also there in your textbook. You have to do it yourself. Only the number is different. Ratio given is different. The two adjacent angles of a parallelogram are in the ratio 8:7. 8:7. Now, when any ratio of two angles is given, use algebra. It is very easy. So, one of the angle I will consider as 8x degree. Another angle I will consider as 7x degree. Now, add these two. 15x degree is written just for your information. 15x is equal to 180 degree. 180 degree, how did we get? It is because the adjacent angles are supplementary. Just now I said A plus B, B plus C, C plus D, D plus A, everything together 180 only, every pair. So 15x degree is 180. X degree will be 12 degree. So x is 12. But what to do with x? We need to find 8x. So 8x you find, 7x also you find. So you will get each angle. Angle A is 8 times 12. Angle D is 7 times 12. So these two angles you will get 96 degree and 84 degree as answer. Then opposite angles are equal. In any parallelogram, when you get one of the angle, easily you can write the remaining angles. So as now two angles are already calculated, Remaining two you can write. Their opposite angles should be equal. That's all. So write all the angles clearly. Though it is 96 and 84 only, you should write it 96 degree, 96 degree, 84 degree, 84 degree. Four angles are like that. Next one. This is a multiple choice question. The following polygons have their diagonals mutually bisecting at right angles. Now, yesterday we discussed all the parallelograms and also non-parallelograms. Which are the parallelograms? Square, rectangle and rhombus. Which are the non-parallelograms? Square, rectangle, rhombus, parallelograms. Three only are there. Now, kite and trapezium, these are non-parallelograms. Now, try to recollect which are the polygons which have diagonals bisecting at right angles. Plus shape, in which and all you get? I said no, in uh, rhombus we have that. Plus shape only we draw first and then join the sides. Therefore, rhombus is agreeing with that. Also square agrees. It is diagonals are equal and 90 degrees. But in rhombus, diagonals are not equal, but they cut each other, bisect at 90 degrees. So your answer should be C. Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Now, one of the diagonals in a rhombus measures equal to its side. So you can see the rhombus. I have drawn the rhombus. I did not draw another diagonal. I have drawn only one diagonal because the question speaks about only one diagonal. So I have drawn one horizontal diagonal. You can see that. And one of the diagonal in a rhombus measures equal to its side. So I have cut there. One green cut, green cut, green cut is drawn. What are the angle measures of the rhombus? So angles are not known. Say I don't know. Let me mark equal. What about the upper triangle? I said yesterday it is isosceles. But in this case, it is not isosceles. It becomes equilateral because it is given that one of the diagonal is also same as side. So it is equilateral triangle. Side becomes equal to the diagonal. So we get, I hope you have tried this using set square which is shown in your textbook. They have shown one equilateral picture and then you can make using this isosceles trapezium you can make. That was the picture it was given. Three equilateral triangles. Instead of two, if you use one more, you will get rooftop of the house or boat. It will be isosceles trapezium. So if you have done that, this question will be very easy for you. So instead of three, two are there. Two equilateral triangles. Now angles you write 60, 60, 60. Below also another equilateral triangle will come in this rhombus. So what will be the angle of the rhombus? 60, 120, 60, 120. We are supposed to write the angle of the rhombus, not angle of the triangle. Okay, triangle is, we see the triangle when we draw one diagonal, that's all. But that is not actually 60 degree. We can't write 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, 6 times. It is quadrilateral angle means we should add those two 60s in the middle. I hope you understood. Another question. PQRS is a parallelogram. Then what is the difference between angle P and angle R? In the side you can see one rough figure PQRS. P and R. PQRS means P and R are opposite angles. Even a picture is not there means you should be able to tell. PQRS. PQ is continuous letter. No vertices. One vertex if you skip. P and R are opposite vertices. So angle P and angle R are opposite angles. So they are equal. What is the difference between those two? One angle minus another angle, equal angles means 0. Simple question. It is 0. Next, the angles of the quadrilateral are given 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4. And how do you find 1 is to 2 is to 3 is to 4 means? Use algebra 1x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x. Each angle you take like that. Add it. So it will be 10x or 10n. Whatever variable you can take. X, n, anything, y. That will be 360 degree. So one variable will be equal to 36 degree. Therefore, angles are 36, 2 into 36, 3 into 36, 4 into 36. But what is the question? Smallest angle. So just write 36, that becomes the answer. Did you understand? I hope it's very clear. If not, let me know. Okay, this is another interesting question. Length and breadth of the rectangle are given. It's a rectangle, so its length and breadth ratio is given 4 is to 3. Now, diagonal measures 25 centimeter. I have drawn it in red color, 25 centimeter. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? So, what you have to do is use algebra, take the length of the rectangle as 4x or 4n, breadth of the rectangle as 3n. Use Pythagoras theorem, 4n whole square. It is slightly challenging but not very difficult. If it is difficult, you can leave this, okay? So, 4n whole square means 4n into 4n. 3n square whole square means 3n into 3n. It is not 3n into n, it is 3n into 3n. So when you do this, you will get 16n square plus 9n square and 25 into 25. That will be 625. You need not find it. Observe. 25n square is 25 into 25 means n square is 25. So n is 5. Now you can find the length 4 into n and breadth 3 into n. So 4 into n is 20, 3 into n is 15. So you can calculate the perimeter. That will be 70 centimeter. Diagonal won't come in that perimeter, remember. You have studied how to find the perimeter of the rectangle. 2 into L plus B is the formula. But to find this L and B, you need to use Pythagoras theorem. Those who find it difficult, you can leave this, okay? 4n into 4n for maybe sometimes it is very difficult. But you can try this. Going to higher classes, no, next you should know how to solve these kind of problems. Okay, we'll move to the next question now. Again coming to objective type, multiple choice question. We say MCQ. Which of the following statements is false? So we should check now what is false. Everything else should be correct. First one, it has two pair of equal sides. Correct, no? Two pair means four. Four equal sides, rhombus. Correct. Its diagonals bisect each other at right angles. Diagonals are having plus shape, passing through each other's midpoint. Yes, we have drawn rhombus like that. So it is correct. It's a parallelogram. That is also correct. It's one among the three parallelograms. Rhombus, square and rectangle are parallelograms. Fourth option. Each of its angle is right angle. Is it true? No, right? Yesterday we have seen one plus shape we have drawn. Not exactly plus. It is one tall and one short for rhombus. Not like kite. But each angle is not right angle. When you draw like that plus, no, each angle will be obtuse. Two will be obtuse, two will be acute. So it is wrong. Fourth one is wrong. Next question. A quadrilateral which is both rectangle and rhombus. That is only square. Okay. Rhombus and square are both closely related. Nothing can become a rhombus. Square can become a rhombus. We can call square as rhombus because every property of the rhombus is there in square. Similarly, rectangle. So for this you need to study each type very, very deeply, otherwise confusing. Consider a parallelogram. We have to prove this. It's a kind of proof. So ABCD, let it be kind of parallelogram. Draw that and write it. Whatever you draw, you have to write it here. Draw any one diagonal. Say I am choosing to draw AC, the dotted line. Then mark the angles. Instead of using three-letter name like BAC, CAB and all, mark the angle. You can mark it as 1, 2, 3, 4 and all. So mark it. Now observe, as this is a parallelogram, angle 2 will be equal to angle 1. Do you agree? That time I had highlighted, no, using red. So it is alternate angle. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 1. Angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. They are alternate interior angles. Now, what congruency condition comes here? Two angles and the side between these two angles. Side AC. That is, side AC means the angles which are there touching this particular line. That is AC. It is not side. It is diagonal actually for the parallelogram. So, one common line segment AC, for that angle 1 and 3, and for same AC 2 and 4, they are equal. 1 is equal to 2, 3 is equal to 4. Therefore, it is ASA, angle side angle, two angles one side. Included side, not just any side. Two angles are on the same side if you see properly. So, these we come to the conclusion that the triangles are congruent. Then that is because when triangles are congruent, we can arrive at the result that opposite sides AB is equal to CD and BC is equal to AD. They are the corresponding parts of congruent triangles. You will learn this here, CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Remember, it is a specific word. Similarly, there is one more proof. Opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal in nature. So that time opposite sides we had to prove equal. Now opposite angles we have to prove equal. Sides can be taken. We ourselves can take that sides are equal. So mark same way ABCD you name. Draw the parallelogram. They will not give you the picture. You have to draw ABCD yourself. Then draw one of the diagonal. Then in those two triangles, one ABC and ADC, use ASA. That time how did we use? Same way. Angle side angle. You can mark now. You can see the marked angle now. Green dot and AC and red dot. Here also green dot, AC, red dot. So third angle is equal to fourth angle. First angle is equal to 2, angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Third angle, angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So you come to the conclusion. Again, same way. Two angles standing on the diagonal AC. Common, no? That side is common to both the triangles. It is there in that also, and ABC also, ADC also. Now, one more question. The diagonals of the rhombus, it is given. This is there in your textbook. You need to learn that. 10 centimeter and 24 centimeter. It is given. Yesterday, when I explained what is a rhombus, I told very clearly that diagonals are cutting each other at their midpoints. So, if it is given that one diagonal is 10, you can always say that half of that is 5. That is why I have marked it 5. 5 and 5. Horizontal diagonal. Similarly, vertical diagonal also half half. Above 12, below 12. 24 together. Now use Pythagoras theorem. In the triangle there, 4 triangles you can see right angled. If the meeting point of the diagonal is O, that is not marked, you have to remember here, you mark it. 2 diagonals are crossing at O. Then QOR will be the right angled triangle. There are 4 such right angled triangles. In that, use Pythagoras theorem. You will be able to find the side QR, RS, PS and PQ. They all are equal. Rhombus, no. And the right angle triangle also. It is congruent. So you will get sides equal. So use that theorem. 12 square plus 5 square will be equal to QR square. So it will be 169. So take its root. 169 is 13 into 13. Therefore QR is 13. Now you can calculate the perimeter. 4 times the side. Perimeter, same side means adding, no? Adding 4, same side, 13 plus 13 plus 13 plus 13 or 4 into 13. That's the method. Important this kind of questions. In the sense, Pythagoras theorem itself is very important. One more multiple choice question. One of the angles of the parallelogram is double its adjacent angle. So we have studied one angle or 2 angles are given, how to find out. Simple these are. Name one angle as M. X also you can use. Then its next angle will be 2M. It's not meter. It is variable taken there. You can take X. X I didn't want to write here because it looks like into when I type. So I gave it as M. So if one angle is M, its next angle is 2M. Now M plus 2M is 180 degree. You have studied that, no? Adjacent angle supplementary. Use that. 3M is 180. So M is 60. So one angle is 60 degree. Another 2M is 120 degree. Now what is the question? Each angle if you want 60, 120, 60, 120. But the question is sum of the largest 2 angles. So that 2M and 2M you should find together. 120 and 120. 240 becomes the answer. You have to learn this and listen to the video again 2 times at least. Then you will understand what is the reason. Reason should be written, not directly writing answer. One more, same type, but now side is given, not angle. One of the side of the parallelogram is double. It's another side. So if I take one side as y, another side should be 2y. Now perimeter is given, y plus 2y plus y plus 2y. Add it and you will get it 24. It is given as 24. So add it, you will get it as y plus 2y plus y plus 2y. That will be 6y. That is given as 24. So y is 4. But the dimensions are asked. So 4, another also 4. 2y is double 4. So 8. 4, 8, 4, 8. That should be the whatever dimensions of the parallelogram. Sides. Now, this is a unique question. Slightly tough. Bisectors of 2 adjacent angles of the parallelogram intersect at which angle? That means you have seen here, you can see here 2 red dotted lines. They are diagonals, okay? I want you to understand that whatever blue line you see is not same as that diagonal. That blue line is angle bisector. OB is angle bisector of ABC, angle ABC, and OA is angle bisector of DAB. That is why I have marked it with blue color. That's not same as diagonal. Often it is confusing for students whether the diagonal is always bisecting the angle. Diagonal need not bisect the angle. This only is example. It will not bisect the angle. So BD is not angle bisector of B. So now we have a question here. What is that angle AOB? That's what they want us to find out. AOB. The bisectors of any two adjacent angles, they intersect at what angle? That is the question. So AO is one bisector, BO is another bisector. What angle they make when they join? At O, what is the angle made? That's the question. So I have taken angle at A as half M and M. Angle B at B also I have taken the angle as D and D. Then I have used equation here. You can see downmost I have written AOB means in the triangle AOB, angle sum property I have used triangle's angle sum property. 180 degree minus M plus D. Triangle is always having 180 degree angle, no? So 180 minus D plus M. Okay. So D plus M 90. I have given there above reason. Adjacent angles supplementary. D plus M plus M is 180. Adjacent angles, no. M, D, D, wherever marked. So 4 times M, 2 times, D, D, 2 times. 4 sub angles are there for adjacent angle. 2D plus 2M, 180 degree. Or 1D plus 1M is 90 degree. So you deduct that AOB will be 90 degree. It is surprising that this is always 90 degree. For any parallelogram, bisectors of any two adjacent angles, they meet at 90 degrees. Not the diagonals. Diagonals are not bisectors. Bisectors, whatever I have drawn in blue. Diagonals are the red ones. They are not connected to anything. This question doesn't require diagonal. I have drawn diagonal with an intention so that you understand that. Diagonal is not same as angle bisector. Sometimes it may be same. In square it may be same, but not in everything.